Yeah, going live now. Yeah, good day, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching. This is your guy, Sheo Major. We thank God we are alive today. We are alive to see this day. Is never by anyone's power but God. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. We are here today, as usual, Saturday gist. Saturday gist. We have a lot of things to talk about. Láti sọ nípa ẹ̀. Just gonna do this for like maximum 45 minutes, no time to wash time. So this Saturday gist by Sheo Major. Oh, my guy is Johnny, thank God. I can see my engineer right there. The awaiting commissioner. Thanks for joining, and also I would love if you can be part of this gist this morning. Oh, this morning, yeah, right here at this time, if you can be available, if you're available, let's do the discussion together as usual, because we have a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, don't mind me a little bit late. I got to put some things together. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so regard the discussion we're having since last 2 weeks, talking about collapse foundation and destroy foundation that need to be reviewed, or like, if possible, we call it to start all over, and it's not that easy. I've been having chat with a lot of people. I was told it's not that easy, and I knew myself it's not easy to start all over. We just this that's why we need to encouraging ourselves. We need each other. We need one another to be able to do a lot in this life. We need one another. At times I see people saying, "Oh, I don't need people. I don't need friends. I don't need anybody." Hey, you can't live in this life by yourself, all alone. You need someone. Somebody needs someone. You need some information. No one is an island. We need ourselves. At times, most of the time, number one problem is that we lack information. We lack knowledge about some particular thing. So it could most of the time hinder us from moving. Or most of the time it slow us from getting to where we need to get to on time. At times we miss it. We just miss it. That's it. So we need people. We need people in our life. You need someone. Someone needs someone. We need ourselves. That's why we are woman. That's why I don't know. What I knew, you don't know as well. So that is life. We need people. We need knowledge. We need information. So we need ourselves. So on this family series, last week I talked a little bit about family issues, like some problems that we generally we face, or we had in our family. I talked a little bit about it last week. I think I wish some guests can come in tonight. At this time, so that we can have the discussion. I like people calling. I like bringing people so that we can brainstorm, so that we can share knowledge, idea. Is because it's needed. It's needed. That's what we need. That's what we need to keep moving in this world. We need people. We need ourselves. I don't know if my audio is coming out right. It decides I'm going to equip my set up my studio, have my mic, have everything needed, so that like having 2-3 phones, sharing on Instagram immediately on Lizzie. Oh, don't call me at this time. I'm busy. So you can call me after the program. So 40 foundation need to be rebuilt. How do you want to do that? Last week I talked about you taking the challenge that you don't need any external body, external follow to help you. You need to start rebuilding it by yourself. At least after which you started doing that, people then begin to assist you. People then begin to see your mission. People then begin to see your purpose. People then begin to understand where you're going. How Yorùbá máa pàwé kan wá àwọn èèyàn tí àmì ìgbèrò yẹn during the week. Ẹni tó fẹ́ kọ́ bá ń gbẹ́rù dórí á ti kọ́kọ́ gbé sókè díẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀. I don't know why someone is calling. Oh, don't call me at this time. I'm going to call you back, Lizzie. If you're watching me, let's talk after the show, please. So you need somebody. You need to first push yourself before people can begin to. People can begin to like have the intention to help you. Yeah, you need to push yourself to some extent in life. Generally, that is how it works. I can hear you louder. Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, so we need ourselves. But most importantly, you need to first push yourself to some length before people can begin to see you clearly, before people can understand what you're trying to do. And most of the time, it's difficult. We all face this challenge because at first people won't support you. Like what I'm doing, I'm just doing like I'm doing from the passion I have, talking to people like let's address various issues that is concerning, that is affecting us, because somebody have to take up the challenge. So at first people won't appreciate what you're doing. It's normal. That is life. At first people will want to like, they don't just like your face, and there's nothing you can do about it. So the same thing to whatsoever I wanted to do in life. The same thing, it applied to everything. Never expected people to like you in the first place. Never expected people to support you the first time. Never expect people to like applaud you to whatever you're doing right now. Yeah. Don't expect that. So once you have this mentality, it's help you. You keep pushing yourself. You keep pushing yourself, that is life. That is how it's works everywhere. Ìjọ Yorùbá pòwe kan wọ́n ní mi mọ̀ wọ́n yẹn dáadáa. Tó bá ti dé level kan láwọn èèyàn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mọ̀ ẹ́. Tó bá ṣe ń struggle àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ẹ́. Wọ́n fi ṣèkà bí life ṣe rí nìyẹn. People don't see you when you are struggling. People don't see you when you are climbing. It is when you get to the top that people now begin to talk about you. And most people don't want to go through that process of climbing, that process of struggling, that process of doing something. They don't want to go through it. That's why many people find it difficult to get to the top or get to where God is taking them. Most of the time, people don't want to start at all. So I'm going to relate this back to what we are talking about, rebuilding the faulty foundation. Like what I meant is that, most of the time people don't want to start all over. We find it challenges. We find it very, very difficult to start all over of something. I find it difficult going. So it is high time we begin to encourage ourselves. We just have to encourage ourselves. We need people. A lot of things goes happening last week. Was it not last week or early this week that I heard a lot of people gone into depression. A lot of people are depressed every day. They just need someone to talk to. A lot of people need somebody to just encourage them. A lot of people need someone to just relate issues with them. That's why we need ourselves. A lot of things are happening all over the world. That's why I remember this phrase that Richards always cry. Richards also cry. Yeah. And to know no sukuni nkotum bother. So we need ourselves. So for the foundation need to start to rebuild again, but if we don't want to start all over. Instead of us to look at where we made a mistake, or where there's a problem, just so that we can adjust, or so that we can start all over, we always try to patch it up, like try to like pretend as if all is well. Most of the time, that's what we do. We pretend as if all is well, instead for us to address issue, instead for us to address problem that we are having, that is there, is clear in our face. But what we do most of the time, we try to patch it up. We try to pretend as if it's not happening. We try to patch as if all is well. Oh, my people, thanks for watching right now. Yeah, we are discussing rebuilding a faulty foundation, that we need to start all over. Well, anytime we find something that is not right, or especially I'm talking about family right now, there's a lot of things that happen in our family that most of the time we look away. We don't want to address it with our parents. We don't want to address it with our sibling, and it's causing a lot of havoc, a lot of big problem. And if we didn't address it right now, as you are watching me, there's a lot of things that is going on in your family that you felt is not right. You address it. It could be your parents. Address it with them. Recently, I thought of one thing, like especially the older one, that they like keeping malice. They be keeping having grudges with their own sibling from we were gave birth to. We can still see we can still see in their eyes, we can still see in their life that they are not having good relationship with their own sibling, even though with their own neighbor. And most of the time we call ourselves Christian, like, oh, I'm a believer. At the end of the day, we keep malice, we keep grudges of years to years. Like our parents are still keeping those things. The terrible part of it is that don't allow them to die without having good relationship, or without settling the issues, how will I put it, the crisis they might be having with someone, especially their own sibling. They need to iron it before they died. Because if you die without forgiving someone, it's very dangerous. It might debar your own victory at the end of the day. Yeah, forgiveness is the key. That's where I really want to go this morning, because yeah, we saw that a lot happening in our family, but we just pretend as if it's not concerning us. And eventually, the children took upon the same ideology, the same not unforgiving spirit, with the same attitude. We can see the same attitude begin to happen within ourselves, within our own sibling. You know, we can't talk to each other. We can't address problem. It's normal. Problem is normal. It's part of life. Challenges is normal. Everybody have differences. Everybody have different view. That is how the world, or the world was created. Everybody with his own view, with his own perspective. But the most important thing is that when we have differences, let's come up together. Let's address it. That is how we can help the world. Because we can't keep going pretending as if all is well. Because the effect is really crazy at the end of the day. Because the same thing is going to extend to your own kids. Your kids going to take upon this idea of forgiving, idea of not addressing issue. Yeah, they will continue with it, as we can see. This is a little thing that is little, but it's common in most African family. Yeah, that's why we don't have peace in that country right now, because we don't love each other. Genuinely, we don't love people. Even though our own family, genuinely, we don't love ourselves. And it's easy. It's easy. It's easy to address, but we don't want to do it because we are not trained. We are not trained to do so. We are not trained. We are not trained. Our parents, we can see our parents doing the wrong thing. But because we have the fear not to address them or not to talk to them, like, Mom, why do you do this? Dad, why do you have to do this? Okay, right now, okay, I'll be seeing with this, I'll be noticing since I was little up to date, you are still in this kind of thing. Have a chat with them. Maybe they could have some thing that is not that clear to you, they want to say. But it's better we confront them. We talk to them. We let them see the benefits, the advantage and the disadvantage in this kind of issue. Because it's crazy. It's killing our world right now. It's happening. I can see it happening everywhere. So, Fortive Foundation, let's start from there. Let's start from your family. Let's start from our family. Let's call our parents. Let's call them to order. Like, you need to forget this. You need to forgive these people. What's wrong? What is going on? 30 years, 20 years problem. Even though you don't want to have you don't have to have a relationship with them. But in your heart, you have to let it go. Because those people they shouldn't die without forgiving people that cross them or they have problem with. They have to die with clean heart, with pure heart, without having any grudges. That's the most important thing. I see that happening recently. That's why I say, okay, I need to talk about this thing. Talking about it, you are saying, in fact, you are helping the world. You are helping your own future, because your own kids will see something to emulate. It's not the bad thing you are emulating from your own parent now. That's why you see most of us, we don't forgive easily. We don't address issue because that's what we say our parent does. It is high time. It is high time. Let's begin to do that. Let's start from our family. Let's begin to, if somebody maybe àbúrò abẹ́gbọ́n tí ó ní pé ẹjọ́ sọ̀rọ̀. I see some people that will be on phone, or maybe they are discussing in their living room, and they'll be talking bad of another person, like their own sibling, and their kids are there listening. How do they want those kids to react, or how do they want them to see the person you are talking down? How do they want them to see that person? They will not want to have a relationship with them. We see that playing a lot in Africa community. We see that playing a lot in our world now. So let's begin to adjust. Let's begin to address issue. Let's begin to those 40 little things that is happening around us, especially in our family. Let's be an agent of change. Let's just try to address it with our own sibling. Let's just try to address it with our own parents. It's our own parents. I've seen a family like, oh, this family don't deal with that other family. Why? What happened? Most of the time it could be because of one land issue. Most of the time it could be because somebody lied against somebody and somebody, and they will keep that for years. And the case we continue in that charade, talking about it. And this, and you will be like, come on, that family A can't deal with family C. Most of the time, most of the time they don't even know what transpired, what caused the issue, the grievances. They don't even understand. But what they heard their parents say is that, oh, family A don't deal with family C. We don't go there. We don't. What happened? And we are all women. And the same thing is playing out in abroad right now. That's why we can't have a formidable African community. We can have formidable African Nigerian community in abroad. You can see it's playing out everywhere. You can see the effect. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. The effect is damaging. The effect is killing our future. The effect is killing the generation coming. We are now more proud of ourselves. I see other community in abroad, like Asian community. If you go into their community, you'll be like, wow. You'll be like hundreds of buildings. They will be the one occupying the environment everywhere. And they will be doing their own thing. They build formidable community. They grow. They have schools. They have hospital. They help one another. They have finance, house, home. They have a lot of things because, I don't know, because they have solid background. They have solid foundation for where they're coming from. It's not that they don't have grievances or they don't have challenges or problems among themselves, but they were able to iron it out, they were able to address it, and they move on. It helped their world. It helped their generation. But African Nigerian community, no. Even though the same Yoruba people, they'll be like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with anybody. Because that is the mentality we grow up to know. That's the mentality we grow up to see from our own parents. So it is that time we need to work on this. We begin to encourage ourselves. Let's begin to talk about it so that we can live a better world for our children. This talk is like but it goes a long way. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. The effect is crazy. The effect is we can see the effect right here. By the time you leave Nigeria, you will know that you begin to see some African or Nigerian, your own countrymen who don't want to associate with you. You'll be like, what is going on? Shomomini Bikorini. Yeah, because enjoy econo background any. That's the foundation we are talking about. And it's going to start from you, it's going to start from me. Do you know what? By the time you begin to talk about it, you begin to encourage your own sibling or anybody around you that this needs to be addressed or we need to adjust. They will learn also. And they will pass it on. They work on their own. Work on their own. Work on their self, like talking to other people. Then we can learn, we can grow. That's why I call it family series. Let us start from our home. Let us start from our own family. Even though it extends to friendship. At times people just decide not to deal with you anymore because maybe they were not able to reach you for some years. Nigeria people, I hear that a lot. People don't understand a lot. They don't understand what you're going through. Likewise, you don't understand what they are going through. But instead for them to okay, so that you guys can have good conversation, they'll begin to blame you. They begin to try to put you in a position you feel bad of yourself. We don't have this positive energy. They begin to come with negative energy. At times, people just hey, do you know what? I can't deal with this. So there's a lot of things we need to talk. We're going to talk about on this program so that we can help one another. No one is an island. I wish I can bring in one of my guy here. My engineer, I think it's the engineer Gabriel. So I wish you can call in so that we have this conversation. I know a lot of things are happening in your family that you don't like. Let's begin to do something about it. Address it, please. Nigeria as today. Okay, sorry. Something is popping up on my screen. So faulty foundation need to be rebuilt, and it's going to start from you. You got to start rebuilding the foundation. You got to start. You are the. you got to start from you, my people. Especially family thing. This is not government issue now. It's this family that extend to community, extended to government. Hey, most of the time people say we deserve the kind of government we got. Yeah. Bashiri now only that Washimari. There's no any other way around it. So that's why we have to begin to talk to ourselves. We have to begin to open our mind. We have to begin to expose ourselves to things that is killing us as a woman. We have to begin to expose. We need to begin to expose. Like this discussion right now, it needs to be exposed in Nigerian community. It needs to be exposed. That's why you see the same people, the same sibling, maybe because they are going to different church, you will see them like they don't deal with one another. Or talk less of one is Muslim, another one is Christian. They see themselves as an enemy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because there's no genuine love, we now use religion to divide ourselves. It's because of lack of love. It's because of what we're saying. It's because we don't understand that we are a woman with different mind. The way we reason is different. That's why we need to come to the table most of the time. If there's a problem, we need to come to the table and address issue, so that we can begin to see clearly from our own view, we can see from other person's perspective. We can see and learn from it, and then grow. Then offer a solution that will be better for us all. You can see. So this little thing, as little as it is very important for us to begin to talk about. I'm just bringing it here so that we can learn, we can grow, we can begin to, live a better foundation. Or we can begin to adjust. We can begin to, oh my God, don't go. Yes, I'm sorry. So we can begin to do something. Say it. People might not like the way you approach it, or people might find it difficult to comprehend. People might not really get you the time you're saying it. Like what I'm saying right now, people might find it difficult to comprehend, Some can pick it immediately. Some can relate to what is going on in their family. But some can oh, this doesn't apply to me. But I can tell you, 95% of African family, Nigerian family, that's exactly how we behave. I can tell 95% is play out in abroad. It's playing out. We don't have formidable African community. You have a lot of Nigerian abroad though. There's no street or maybe area that we say, oh, this is a Nigerian community, oh, see them. No. Because the foundation has been broken, has been damaged since we were little. We grew up to learn bad things. We grew up to learn grudges. We grew up to learn not unforgiving. We've grown up to learn, lack of genuine love. We grow up to learn having passion on people. We grow up to learn different kind of thing that is now affecting our world. So, and the best place they should have used to address letting people know this thing we are talking about, they don't focus on that. They already be focused on bringing money, just be praying. Yeah, that's what we focus on, as if God is wicked. He doesn't want to, he doesn't care. No, But the major thing that we're supposed to focus on, they don't focus on it. And you can see the way things are playing out right now. That's why I'm coming up with this topic, so that we can learn, we can help our world, we can begin to do something on it, especially from our family. Let's help our world. Let's help our world, so that our children can begin to walk on the right path. Our children can begin to emulate right things from us, not the bad thing we've grow up to see or to learn from our own parents. You can bear me witness, or you text me, or say something. You can drop a message if it's true what I'm saying right now. I grew up in rugged community. I see the way people do. You see people return from church, they will be the one praying, they'll go for maybe monthly for 5-7 days. At the end of the day, they come back. It's wala everywhere. They scatter everywhere. You'll be like, wow. Why this? So most of the time we are hypocrites. And God is love. God is love. If you love people, you want to address issue with them, even though you offend them, you wrong them, you still want to come back like, hey, I'm so sorry. I don't have to do this, but I did it. I'm so sorry. You move on. And that person will learn from you. Saying sorry, that person will learn. The person will also learn of saying sorry to another person. That is how we grow. That is how you grow. So that's why I said, by the time you address things with people, they will learn from it. At that moment, they might not really get, they might not getting it, or they might like, but later they'll reason like, oh, wow, that's a nice of that guy, that's a nice of him, okay? They learn from it, and they will do the same thing to another person. They will have learned. So let's begin to do the right thing. Let's try. I'm just encouraging ourselves, as I said from the beginning. No one is an island. Let's learn from each other. Little thing is killing us as a Nigerian. Little thing is affecting our growth. This little thing is affecting everybody's growth, both in Nigeria and abroad. Most of the time, I look abroad in Nigeria and issue things. It happens abroad. I live here. I see. I can see here that there's no time. There's no time. You're even scared of dealing with other people. They're also scared of dealing with you also. Yeah, they're also scared. So, is that how we want to continue living our life? You see, even our own kids, they don't want to deal with another Nigerian kids, because they can say their own parents not dealing with one another. I'm just thinking, I'm just reasoning, how would the future look like? How would the future be if you don't start to address this issue of settling disputes amongst our family? If you don't start settling disputes, start building our confidence and encouraging ourselves to address problem, as we continue, you will see that your own kids don't deal with your sibling kids. They don't even want to have a relationship with them. Please, let's begin to do the right thing. It's very important. Let's start from our family. That's why I call it family series. I see things playing out everywhere. I see it playing out everywhere. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with where you belong. It's just, yeah. Let me shock you. Like these white folks, whites, forget. They have the way they do. They run their own thing. They have the way they support their own people. They will do it in your face. There's nothing you can do. They are white. You can't blame them. They support one another. They shoulder one another. They give what they need to give to support. But in our own thing, people will pretend or they run from you. May God continue to help us. Right, I don't want to take much time because I don't want to be the only one talking. I want to bring in people, but some of my guys are not available right now. I'm expecting 2 guys or so. Maybe, yeah. You can drop your comment after the whole thing. I want to learn from you also. If you find it very educative or find it helpful, let me know. But I know it's going to be helpful. Let's be an agent of change. Let's start from our own family. I'm trying my best. I do the same thing. But I'm just putting it out there so that we can learn. Don't just let us just dealing with God as if God is so wicked. God is so nice. He's a loving God. He loves us. But we need to do our part. As a human being, we need to do the right thing. God will never come down to do anything. He's going to send someone. God is sending you right now to do something, to be an agent of change in your family. Stop having issue with your siblings. Stop having issue with your parents. Call them to others. Wherever you see that is going on, maybe from their own view, they might think they are doing the right thing. You guys should have discussion around it so that you can learn. So that you won't pass the same grudges to your own kids, your own, and to other people. So that we can learn. You don't want to live the way they live. Most Nigerian parents, I don't know. Yeah, most of them keep malice years. For years. Most of them keep grudges for years. Little thing they can't address it with their own neighbor. Even though with their own sibling, they can't address it with them. So we see this thing playing out, we need to address it. We need to help them because they shouldn't die in that unforgiving spirit. It could harm them. They shouldn't die with it, especially the older one. Let them see. Call them. Let them call their own sibling like, I'm sorry. We need to change. We need to amend these things. This is what I see. This is what I see. Other people might also have reason for doing what they are doing. It is high time we have to start everything from our family. The 40 foundation in our family needs to be reviewed by you, by me. No one is coming to do it for us. We can't keep passionate, pretending as if it's not happening. We can't keep passionate, pretend as if all is well. Well, we knew it's not well. So let's begin to address the issue. And that's that for today. By God's grace, we're going to continue next week. Yeah. Oh, thanks for watching my brother Adi Benson. That's one of my brother right there. So 40 foundation need to be rebuilt. It's going to start from everyone, so that we can live a better world. If there's an issue, let's address it. It helps our world to grow. That's what I'm saying right now. It's helping our world, so that we can have formidable African community, especially in abroad. We don't have it. We have Asia community, as I said earlier. If you go to Asia community, the whole house in the area is Asian people. They are living their life because they learn how to deal with each other, how to relate with each other. It's not that they don't have problem, but they address it. They move on. They learn from it. But from African community, no. Wow, we even scared of dealing with one another. That's exactly what I'm saying. We learn all those evil things from our parents, from our own people. That's what we grow up to know. Keeping grudges, keeping malice, not addressing issue. People have differences. That's why we need to begin to encourage ourselves to address issue. That's why I'm saying all this, what I'm saying. I see it as a bigger problem. It's little, but most of the time we don't talk about it. We don't educate ourselves. We don't encourage ourselves to talk about issues amongst our family, amongst our own sibling, even though correcting our own parent, like addressing it with them. Because African, we don't, most of the time, we don't learn how to deal with our parents. We don't give the opportunity to talk to them. We fear. The fear is that you can't even talk to your friends. But it was when we grow up now that we have confidence, like, Mom, Dad, this is how you feel. You discuss it. So let's use the opportunity that now we are knowing better. Let's, before going, I said they shouldn't die with this unforgiving spirit. The malice of 20, 30 years, the grudges of 20, 30 years they're having with their own sibling, they shouldn't die with it, because already it's damaging the world, it's damaging the family. It's damaging. Their own children's kids can't relate with one another because of little thing. So this family series is going to continue next week. I think it's important. These are the 40 foundation that is killing us as an African, as a Nigerian especially. Yeah. Àwọn ìwà burúkú ta jogúnbá, àwọn ìwà tó nítumọ̀. We grow up to see all these things. We are behaving the same way. Let's learn. Let's learn. Let's encourage one another, as we are doing right now. When you can say sorry to someone, that person will learn from you. That person won't find it difficult for him or us also to say sorry to another person. It's very easy. We learn from one another. As an agent of change, I'm just saying this right now. Let's learn. Let's begin to encourage one another so that we can live a better world. We can have a, lively and friendly generation. May God help us. That's where I'm going to stop for today. Next week, we're going to continue with our Saturday gist from Sean Major. Before I go, I'll see this song as I usually do. A ó bi ẹ́ o, ohun tó gbáyé ṣe o, a ó bi ẹ́. A ó bi ẹ́ o, ohun tó gbáyé ṣe o, a ó bi ẹ́. Love you. Bye for now.